Hi, I'm Heather from Carseat Site. I've been a child passenger safety technician for 23 years and an instructor for 18 years. I'd like to address the NHTSA investigation into the Evenflo Revolve360 car seat. There are two portions of this investigation. The first portion of this investigation deals with a rather technical interpretation of how the car seat needs to be installed. It's not something that we need to be concerned with as consumers or as parents and caregivers. So we'll leave that in between Evenflo engineers and NHTSA because we really don't need to deal with that. The second portion of the investigation deals with 6 reports of the car seat separating from the base. So the shell comes off of the base during a crash. So there have been 6 reports of that. And so it all goes back to how the car seat works. NHTSA has not given us any information other than 6 car seats have separated from the base. So we don't know how it happened. We don't know what type of crashes. We don't know if there were children in the car seats. We don't know if anyone was injured, although we can guess that there weren't any injuries because NHTSA did not specify that. So we have no information. The only thing we can say is to reinforce that we need to make sure our car seats are installed properly and used properly. And that's not a big deal. This is not a recall. So we can continue to use these car seats just as they're meant to be used. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, first, we need to make sure they're locked into position when they're not being used. So right now, this car seat is locked into position. How can I tell? Right here is a window on the side of the seat. It's on both sides, so on either side, depending on which side of the car you're looking at. And I can tell by looking here that it's green, so I know it's locked. It's not going anywhere. If I want to rotate it to load a child, I just lift the handle, rotate it around, and it's red, so I know that it's not locked into position. Now, at the loading position right here, it kind of stops. And so just so it's not sliding around freely, and it does kind of feel like it's locked, but it's not, because if you look here in the window, it's red. So we know that it's not in a locked position. And I know that it kind of seems like, oh, it would be so cool to leave my kid like this and let them see out the side window. But this is a really dangerous position to be driving in. In a side impact crash, there's no place for legs, first off. Second, the seat is not locked into position, and so it can easily slide over so that these arrows line up like that, and when those arrows line up, that's when the seat can come off. So that's why we want to make sure that this seat gets locked into a position where we see that green in the window. Okay, so anytime that we see that red, this seat can float freely around in its rotation. And those arrows can line up, and that's when the seat can come off. That's the speculation that we start getting into. And again, we don't want to be speculating because, again, NHTSA didn't tell us anything. We don't know what happened. But we just want to make sure that we never ever move the vehicle with the seat in this position like this. Anytime there's red, means that the vehicle shouldn't be moving with a seat like this. So make sure that you tell your caregivers, any caregivers who watch the children with this particular car seat, make sure that they know not to have the seat in the side facing position or any position where it's not locked into a position like this, even when the kids are not in the car seat. All right, so that is all we know at this moment in time. If you need help installing your car seat, evenflo.com has instructions online. They have videos. They have links to their YouTube videos there. There are labels on the side of the seat like this and on the base that also give you help as far as installing the car seat. So that's it. Just make sure that you're using your car seat according to your instructions. Make sure that your children are harnessed snugly, and you're still good to go with using this car seat. Again, it's not under recall. It's still safe to use as long as you're using it according to manufacturer's instructions.